He's still trading crazy like he was.
Now he calmed down. Well, both of the games. So me and him have had the closest games out of any four of us. Because Ken, I think, has always been by 2 scores. But both games I played against, he only beat me by 3.
He beat me by 3.
He beat you by 3.
Yeah, he beat me by 3.
He beat Nick by a touchdown, 28-35. And then Ken has always beat me by double digits. I fucked Nick up. I beat him like 55-30.
Who was CD?
Seahawks. The Seahawks. I got the Niners. You got the Cardinals. You got the Raiders.
This thing, man, started early. My fantasy is shambles after this week, bro.
I didn't even check.
I checked on the way up there.
Because I knew I was just going against the kicker at last. There's literally I won that shit. By the skin of my teeth, but
Who you beat?
I beat ATL Dynasty.
That was Kyle. That's Kyle.
Okay, good.
One of the top dogs in the league.
So Kyle scored 93.70. I scored 93.92. But he had a lot of injuries too. Like both of our rosters are crazy.
Yeah. Well, a few more folks. Yeah.
And then did you see the Henry runs?
Oh, that's what I was struggling with.
Just like Dante's call. That's what they're doing. They're like now that Henry runs, I don't have him.
Oh, that's not good too.
He's on my team, bro. DK has a bye week. Like, bro, I'm so struggling right now.
Yeah, these things can turn. Fantasy can turn on a dime, bro. Like, yeah. You see, like, now I said the mics are on. Oh, I said, oh, camera sound. Okay, hold on. What the hell is going on? Oh. What is going on? Shit.
Bro, I'm down to start a Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, wow. Let's try this again.
Russ might come back this week. This week? Yeah. Nah, they got a bye week.
They do?
Mm-hmm. So probably the week after.
The week after, yeah, they got a bye week because he got his pin.
I hear y'all. I'm trying to see what happened. I haven't changed anything. Oh, it says good now. Good. All right.
Damn, I may have to start Baker because Trevor Lawrence going against Buffalo. Baker going against Cincy.
All right. I think God, getting clear. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Okay, show title. Let's see. Oh.
Is this it for Ruggs? Is this it for Ruggs?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Q is coming on. All right, cool.
Nah, I don't. I think it'll be all right. I think the same way Dante Stallworth got away with that stuff. There's no
well, we'll get into it when he introduced the topic.
Yeah, let me do this real quick.
Yeah, Marley Coldberg. I think I'm gonna have to start Baker because Trevor Lawrence ain't doing shit against that Buffalo defense.
Marlon Colbert, you right. I wore pink because my brother told me to check with Ken before I came to see what Ken had. I said, I know Ken ain't going to have on no pink today, so that's why.
I do have pink, though. I have like 3 pink shirts. Hot pink. And 2 like, one kind of tie-dye like pink.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite colors I like to wear.
I remember mine too.
I think I got like a button down too. Yeah.
Hey, that's funny right there.
Yeah, it's so crazy because when I was younger, you had no way in hell I would wear pink.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, nah, I'm good.
Adrian Wells said, "What's good, family? Prayers to my boy King Henry. Hoping for a speedy recovery. Yes, sir." Shout out to Adrian Peterson. Also, how about them Cowboys? Woo! Adrian, you get to say that a lot, bro.
Hey, I've been waiting for it every week, bro.
You get to say that a lot.
Every week.
Rob Costa, you supposed to be on my side, man. What's happening? We Panthers fans. This Cameron pink. This ain't no powder puff girl pink. Well, it is powder puff. It ain't no power puff.
Hell no. That's funny. They say my mic is off. Okay. This is 4.
Mic check. Mic check.
You only have 2 plugged in.
Yeah, King, your mic off.
Ah, you're right. I only have 1 plugged in. Okay. Yep. Hey, it's been a day, y'all. Hey, bro. We go passing Ken, man. Hey, I think I found my formation. I think I found it. Yeah, sweet. All right. Keep trying to go back. There we go. There we go. Nope, that's good. Well, while I'm up.
Damn.
Oh, there we go. We got Q too. Ooh, what up, Q?
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Tell me yeah.
Yes, sir. We hear you. We hear you.
I can't hear y'all.
You can hear us.
Hey, that was pretty good sign language, Q.
Damn, you can't hear you. You all can't hear me. I can't hear y'all.
We can hear you.
Hey, Mr. Ant-Man, you wrong for that.
Hold on,
We
bro.
supposed to be partners too,
I'm
man.
gonna restart.
Why I got to be a big lights camera? Why Cameron can't be a big lights
There
me?
we go. There we go. Can y'all hear me? I can hear y'all.
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right. I need what kind of big mouse camera?
He said I look like a big lights Cameron with the pink.
To the
Cam
big lights
not.
camera on.
But Q, your hair grow quick, man. God dog.
Yeah, man.
Q had a low cut last week.
Like on D Rose when Shannon Sharp was like, D Rose showed up to the practice with a fade and then came back with dreads. Yeah. Alrighty then. Thank you.
Let's get started. All right, are we good? We good? My mic on. Everybody, it wasn't plugged in. Changing sets, man. This thing would be dead on me. Or maybe it's just out of there we go. There we go. All right, let's not keep the people waiting much longer. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inch. Joining me on the show, we got Shelton J. What's good, man? How you doing? FIFO 24/7.
What it do?
And Q, the sis man.
We here, gang. What's good?
Nothing much, man. So yeah, as we do every Tuesday and Thursday, we show up live at 9:30 ish today to discuss the latest in sports talk, and go over all the big news and not so big news, man, because we don't want to just bore the people with the same old stuff every day. We're a live show for black men doing live sports talk on YouTube. I think that's pretty dope, you know. Tonight we're gonna discuss a lot of injuries that happened in the NFL, man.
Wow.
And a very tragic story dealing with Henry Ruggs. we're also going to get into, some basketball talk as well. But I guess not to bury the lead, man. I think it's been one of the most talked about things today. Unfortunately, Henry Ruggs was involved in a tragic accident. The details are starting to come out, and he was drinking and driving, and he veered into a lane and hit a RAV4. And the person that passed was 23 years old and was trapped in the car, and car caught on fire. Um, and yeah, she was dead on arrival when the police got there. So yeah, man. I know you guys were kind of talking about it earlier before we really kicked the show off. So thoughts about
Just,
what took place, man?
just a sad situation. Um, I feel that in professional sports, especially in the minority community, we done seen this situation happen plenty of times, and you figure that we will learn from these situations, especially when you are extremely wealthy. You're in the public eye. You're in the spotlight, and especially for Henry Ruggs on the come up. You know what I'm saying? He's on one of the better teams in the NFL, starting to make his mark in the league, and then to have this type of blemish, this is just not good. And I just don't get how you don't get an Uber, you don't have a limo, sir. Like we've been through this enough. Somebody had to lose their life, unfortunately. But hopefully he cleans his act up. I don't know what it means for his NFL career. The only thing that I can compare it to is Dante Stallworth years ago. Which was crazy because it happened my birthday weekend and I was in Miami too. When that thing happened. So I don't know. I don't know what to overall make of it, in terms of where do we go from here. But it's just a sad situation, that could have been avoided. It literally could have been avoided. You could have Ubered, you could have Uber Blacked, you could have got a chauffeur company. I don't understand why put yourself in those compromising situations. You was feeling nice. No reason to drive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
What's Uber Black?
It's just
Like the
luxury.
limo. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Luxury. So you get SUVs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I actually had to do it. Damn, where the hell did me and wifey go? When we went to New Orleans, because all of the other Ubers were like 20 minutes away. I'm like, bro, like the airport is less than 20 minutes from my house. So Uber Black was like 5 minutes. I said, shit, I'll pay the extra. But yeah, I got like a big ass SUV. It's luxurious, big Suburban and stuff like that. Like you could get I don't know if it's like limos, but big SUVs and just,
I
Uber
think
Black,
it is
man.
limo. Yeah.
Yeah, limo, like all that type stuff. Uber Black. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a
Why
high
they-
profile guy.
sounded racist at first. Why they call it Uber Black?
Well, black is luxury, so
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
Like you never noticed the majority of limos are black?
Yeah, but
Yeah. I'm just saying, like in the car industry, typically like the Hummers and shit like that, like it's typically black.
so they carry stuff around like black folks used to carry stuff around for white
Yeah.
people
This
back in the
dude.
day.
Yeah, I thought he was thinking it was
Okay.
Uber Black, meaning only go in black
Okay.
neighborhoods. That's what I
All
thought
right.
King was.
But anyway, show.
Yeah, it's a rough situation, and I thought, when I was watching it, when it saw it come up, I'm like, man, what now? You know what I'm saying? I know it's always something, and I hate it's that way. I like you said, people. I wish he had thought of a different plan, but and I saw I had a couple friends earlier today, like, what's wrong with these young dudes, like basically trying to call out the young black athletes, basically. But I was thinking, like, last week, Mark Few, the head coach of Gonzaga, got arrested for driving while impaired. So it could have easily been him in the same situation. So it's not limited to the black athlete at all. In some of these other situations, they kill themselves, but it happens across the board. You know what I'm saying? It happens so often to so many of them, and it doesn't make it any lighter on a person like Ruggs.
it just brings light to the fact that it's a world problem. It's not just a young rich athlete problem. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's just my only thing is
But the young rich athlete has the means to not put themselves in that situation.
Mark Few is too though.
100%.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying like, you know, these are coaches, you know, presidents of universities. I just saw what's the Mets GM just got fired today. He got arrested.
Yeah,
DUI.
The Mets, yeah.
So it's you know what I'm saying? It's like these are rich grown white men. So they got the same issues. All of them have the, you know, it's a universal problem. And like you said, there's so many different options. Why put yourself in that position? I just don't get it.
The
I
reason
don't
why
get
I
it.
highlight the young black athlete is I just feel like we get excoriated more for these type of situations versus the white head coach. What was that Dolphin head coach that was on crack?
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think your issue there is necessarily with them. I think that's the propaganda of the media that will take an incident like that and broadcast it everywhere.
100%.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Yeah. No, my issue is not with the black young athlete.
Yeah.
My issue is with the media that perpetrate this narrative that it's they always highlight us. But the white coaches, the ADs, all of these people, that shit, you know, of course it gets talked about, but it's very minute. It gets swept under the rug. We forget about it the next day.
Yeah, like Big Lou pointed out in the chat about Andy Reid's son. He killed a kid during Super Bowl week.
So did Hulk Hogan's son.
Yeah.
Racing a Toyota Supra in Florida.
Yeah, it's just it's crazy. You know, and I wish a lot of these athletes would just especially during the season, man. I know you get your off time and you want to chill and relax. Just do it more responsibly. Figure out a way to where you can put yourself not in harm's way. My money, and I think you said it, Q. I think it was you that said it. Like one of y'all said in the chat, like you're responsible for your whole family. And I thought about that when you said it, that was like, that's true. Like you just affected your whole family's economic situation with one night of, you know, partying. That's it. It's over now for
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, Sheldon. Exactly. And that's the whole point I was trying to make is that on one side, first of all, condolences to the person who lost their life.
Yes.
I think that drunk driving, I don't know the statistics, but I know that it's one of the most prevalent things that kills people within America because people get behind the wheel and they think that it ain't gonna be me. Who cares? That those statistics, it's not gonna be me. And it's always those people who think it's not gonna be them and it be them. So condolences, number one. Number two, the point of being your whole family's like connective tissue to being generational wealth. It's just not only irresponsible, but it's just heartbreaking that now there has to even be settlements and payments given to the family who lost a life. So not only did you just like kill somebody, you ruined your NFL career, you ruined your source of income, and now there's going to be even more repercussions on your family who was not in that car. They're going to take money from you. They're going to probably take damn near half your checks that you done put, you know what I mean? So, and obviously money is not the modus operandi here, but it's just such a tragedy all the way around that I just need to say, people, please, like, call a taxi, call a Uber, call whatever you need, call your homie. If you know that you're not supposed to be drinking, if you're an athlete, if you're a young athlete, college athlete, you all know that one trainer, that one coach who's going to come through for you. Because there are coaches who are like, yo, I'm not playing that shit. If you call me, you off the team. I get that. But there are services that these organizations have, like the Cowboys. The Cowboys literally have a service after I think one of their players killed somebody. They put together a service of drivers for the team once they're on bye week and once they're in the off season. So for me to believe that the Raiders, who have all this money, Al Davis's family has all this money, and there was not some type of driving service that they could have instituted or called, it's hard for me to believe that. And it's just so incredibly tragic because Ruggs had such a promising career and this woman probably had such a promising life. So my condolences again.
23 years old, man. And and gone. Um, yeah, I agree with you, Q. I saw some growth in Ruggs this year. You know, he was making plays, he was catching like tough balls here or there that were across the middle. He was making tough catches, man. And and I don't know how this is gonna play out. But you know, it's just the wrong. It's not the type of thing that I want to cover on the show when it comes to certain, when it comes to something like this. And you know, I like some of the thought processes that I'm hearing here because you know we could be quick to pass judgment on these young guys and forget that I always remember that I was young too, and I always like to remember that I have made that decision at that Ruggs have made. I don't know how drunk he was, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that I haven't done it because I have. Because you think you can make it. Everybody think they can make it, and so I'm not gonna sit here and just start judging this man because of what he did. When I've done the same thing, especially when I was younger. Unfortunately, it's the decision that not only this young man makes, but old people make as well. And that's the thing, man. So I think it's just saying that let's try to continue to just educate and put out there that there are resources and ways that you don't have to make that decision. And so this won't happen, but it happens all the time. It's pretty kind of commonplace. So um, a lot more than what we would like. And I don't have the data either, but yeah. So
Corey Lyons said the NFL provides a car service. Every rookie is given a car with a number, and that's at the symposium for rookies. It was a big thing after Star Wars. That's crazy, and which it makes all the sense in the world because these guys like to, I mean,
yeah,
they like to party. They do. It was funny, man, because in college, man, I used to think that I was the most popular guy in the world because everybody would want me to go hang with them. But I didn't realize I was a designated driver
You were the
because I didn't
driver.
drink. So
Yeah.
once I got that, but I was valuable to people, you know what I'm saying? And they knew like we need to ride with this, we need to hang with him. So
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? They were smart enough to make that decision.
That's what I started doing, and we started doing. Actually, guys I hung around with, yo, where's the one guy that's gonna be the guy that's gonna
Yeah.
make sure that we straight and we get to the crib. So we had that one person that didn't drink,
Mm-hmm.
that took care of everything, So
You think he'll play again? You think
I
so,
don't know.
FIFO?
I think so.
I don't know. The NFL always
Nope.
finds a way, but
Nope.
I
Nope.
don't.
Nope.
Yeah,
That
I
man
don't
is
know.
black and he killed a dog too. So nah, bro. It's over for that.
I was thinking why you say so, FIFO? Let me ask you why you think so.
Precedent. It happened with Dante Starworth. Dante Starworth got back into the league. He wasn't necessarily the same guy, but he got another opportunity.
After he got out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I think the difference is at the time people weren't so woke, and now everything especially since COVID, even everything is highlighted at this point. That's the reason why I think not. Right now, people looking to make a stance and make statements on everybody's head right now. So during the Star Wars time, it was kind of under the radar, under the rug, kind of happened, but it wasn't like now. Right now, everything is magnified and everything is looked at like under the utmost scrutiny.
And I don't disagree with that, but I think that, taking a year or two away from the game, do everything that he needs to do in terms of the perception of Henry Ruggs, I think he'll get a second opportunity.
He's
I don't
That
know,
man,
man.
that man is going to prison. Like that man is going
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
prison. Like he's not. There is no like. Oh, I'm gonna just get my PR team. Nah, bro. Like they're gonna press charges, especially in Vegas, where they don't play around with this shit in Vegas, bro. You know what I mean?
And you carry the sentence is 2 to 20 years, and there's no parole. There's no
So
probation.
What was Dante's Star Wars situation then?
No probation. He hit a pedestrian crossing the crosswalk. I don't even know if he was drunk. Did they say he was drunk? I
He was
can't.
under the influence.
But like I said at the time, I think people were a lot more forgiving. Right now, like I said, it just feels like people trying to make statements now. Like we gonna step on your neck right now, and you know, in a situation like this, I can't be mad.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Because if that was my sister, my brother, my
Mhm.
dog, bruh, you know, of course, I would want justice, you know, and fair justice is for Henry Ruggs to do some time.
that's true.
Yeah, he's gonna be charged with driving under the influence, resulting in death. Man, they don't play with that stuff. Like DUIs, they tend to come down pretty hard on that.
And also, I don't know what I don't know what Las Vegas laws are for texting and driving, but don't let him have been texting and driving as well. Like, bro, they're not gonna play with that. You know what I mean? Like, they don't play with that shit in Atlanta. So imagine being drunk and on your phone, careless, knowing that you drunk, and bro, here's the thing is that, and we can move on, but coaches stress this in college and high school even. Like when you get a spring break, they tell you, yo, do not let it be you.
Yeah.
Don't let it be you. Because if it's you, we can't save you. And that means for a multitude of things, meaning whether it's a woman and assault, whether it is cars and DUIs, whether it is drugs and arrests, bruh, don't let it be you. And the coaches tell you this going in the bye weeks in the NFL. They say, yo, hey man, look, we're on a really good roll right here. And if one of y'all wants to make a selfish decision that's going to put a damper on our season, then we can't save you from whatever the consequences are. So I know Ruggs got that talk, that's as well as the entire locker room. So it's hard for me to have a lot of sympathy in this situation because people just hard headed. But when you hard headed, man, sometimes it just winds up in the worst kind of situation. And this is the worst situation for you to be hard headed in.
Mm. Malik Harrison got shot in the leg in Cleveland last night. The Ravens linebacker out at a club. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't his fault, of course. I think they got tripping at the club and they shot him. And it's just a lot of stuff that can happen out there, man. I just think I would just be super cautious about taking those chances,
It's just not worth it no more.
especially during the season.
It's just to me, you know, and look, I'm not saying that I ain't have my fun, man. I grew up in Miami and I was doing things at a much younger age than I should have been.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna lie, like by the time I got 21, I was just like, I'm over the club scene. What are you really getting out of the club on a consistent basis? Now I'm not just saying, oh no, you shouldn't have fun and just be home and this, that, and the third. No, it's a special event, your birthday, somebody, you're celebrating something, this, that, and the third. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But like there are clubbers that go every weekend, if not like almost every day. Like, what is the point? What are you getting out of it? Like, you are just spending money, you're getting attention, but what does that give you in the long run? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand the excessive partying. Now, like you said, Shelton, athletes, especially football players, they play hard. I mean, they work hard, so they like to play hard. But damn, how often you gotta play like that? Like, how often do you gotta play with the general public? The general public looks at you as a target, a come up, a lot of different things. Why are you continuously putting yourself in those situations? I don't get it. Like, you can invite a whole bunch of chicks to your house and
Right.
invite your homies, and that's gonna be a much better situation than the club. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
All right, let's get into again, condolences to the person that lost their life and their family. But let's get into some of the trades that happened. There were actually trades
I thought
that
we
took
knew
place.
fantasy at first.
Oh, yeah. Fantasy. I lost till I'm about to win. So yeah,
What's your record?
3-5.
Me too.
Me too.
I lost to the freaking Philadelphia Eagles defense
Wow.
because they played 21 points.
Let's go 21 points. I
because
saw
of the
that.
stupid ass damn Detroit Lions.
I saw that.
Man, I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Q, that defense look like world beat.
I was like, are you serious? I checked it on the way to the
Q,
chair.
I watched that whole game. Q, that defense, boy. If they can get a spark from this,
I was like, wow.
Yeah, Sheldon.
So,
If we could just play Detroit every week, yo,
that'll do it.
we'll do something.
I feel you right. You right.
And we had a good week, so we put numbers on the board, man. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, but if I make the playoffs, I'm winning it all. So y'all better try to keep me out.
Yeah, niggas at home crying right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's over for Nick. It's a wrap.
What's his record?
He's first place, but he lost the bell cow. That's it. That was his offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's how he was winning.
Yep. He's losing them for some weeks, at least the rest of the regular season.
Oh, he's not done for the fantasy season.
Yeah, for the fantasy season.
Mm-hmm.
He's
They
done.
still haven't came out and said what's wrong with it.
He's having surgery,
Mm-hmm.
so he is gonna have surgery.
So what
he's
happened?
done.
What's the results of the injury?
Is it I think it's a Jones fracture.
Mm.
Oh, so it's not like a okay.
Yeah, and they signed Adrian Peterson too. So,
Yeah, I saw that.
It'd be crazy.
Hey,
That man
look,
runs for like 1,000 for the rest of the season.
this is unfortunate, but every damn week I felt like I came on here and said they're gonna run that man into the ground, and they gonna get that man hurt, and it didn't even take that damn long for it to happen now.
Yeah.
So
What this tells me is that they need to employ a thunder and lightning situation. They need to go draft a Travis Etienne type of back, a change of pace, a little quick boom, boom, boom. Because as Derrick Henry beats these guys up, you're not gonna have the legs to go chase another guy like that.
Yeah.
So they need to mix it up. You know, Derrick Henry. Because how many years Derrick Henry in the league now? 4?
5. I think it's 5. Yeah.
Now it's time. You got to slow up his carries. He shouldn't have more than 22 carries in the game.
I looked it up. I think
Regular
it might
season.
be 5 or 6 though. But his first 2 years, he didn't carry the ball much at all.
Yeah.
So it's still putting miles on him quickly.
Yeah, 100%. Because I want to. Last year he had 300 some carries.
because we saw this happen with was it DeMarco Murray?
All of them can.
All of them.
Well, they
break down.
man, they gave him the ball damn near every down, and he wasn't the same after that. So
yeah, you
gotta
got to
think-
mix it up, man.
A running back got to first get through the line. So oftentimes you're getting hit by 300-pound guys, and then when you get past them guys, you gotta outrun 250-pound guys. You know what I'm saying? That run 4.4, 4.3. And then when you get past them, you know, there are some, not many anymore, but there are some safeties that are headhunters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to run past them or juke them. Like at every level, they trying to decapitate you, bro.
Yeah.
That's a tough. And then think about this. Not only do you have to run through all of those levels, sometimes you get all 3 of them tackling you. You get gang tackled. That's a tough position.
And your feet got to carry all that weight.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing.
Yep.
So you looking at, you know, the Saquons, them big old legs, them feet gonna be the first thing to go. The ankles and stuff like that. That's the first part. That's where the injuries start. Because they built solid. They built solid from the calf
From
up.
the Achilles up.
Yeah, but still, you know, you take a pound and you got to pound that ground like that. It's tough.
Especially when the offense is built around that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. Like, if Derrick Henry was on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Shit, you get 20 carries and 200 yards.
Yeah.
But, you know, with them, you going to get 20 carries and maybe $110. You know what I'm saying? Maybe $1. And, you know, it's constant. And then run stop. Like, look at what happened to Eddie George. Eddie George was one of the most dominant running backs. And then all of a sudden, it looked like he couldn't play no more. Correct. So it happens quick.
yeah, OBJ didn't get traded. But Charles Menahu is going to the 49ers. This is on Adam Schefter. This is a tweet he put out. Zach Ertz to the Cards, Kenny Young to the Broncos, Joe Flacco to the Jets, Mark Ingram to the Saints, and
did Mark Ingram get traded again?
It's just Mark Ingram to the Saints on his Twitter account.
I thought I saw something about the Chiefs.
Stephon Gilmore to the Panthers.
It was big.
C.J. Henderson to the Panthers too, from Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was early on. That was when.
Wow.
That was when J.C. Horn first went down.
Damn,
that was way back. That was probably the first trade.
Okay. Melvin Ingram from Pittsburgh to the Chiefs.
Yep. That's the one, Melvin Ingram.
They got they got defense now. I don't know. I mean, I know he can play, but I don't know if he's going to be enough to help him out. But they needed help.
They need anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they needed help.
and he nasty. So putting him
Yeah.
with Clark and
Mhm.
Jones, that's a nasty front
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah,
He plays on the edge. He's an edge
Yeah.
rusher.
Mhm.
Okay,
he played opposite of Clowney at South Carolina.
okay. And Von Miller to the Rams.
That's big.
This was the one that
Yeah.
people were talking about.
That's big. And I agree. I saw Shannon Sharp in his comments earlier today, and I definitely agree. You know, Von Miller's not the same guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Football, you age in dog years.
Yeah,
But if
they
you
don't
can
need
get-
him to be.
They don't need him to be the defensive MVP of that Super Bowl.
Mhm.
They just need 70%. Why? Because that boy, I'm bad with
Donald.
Aaron Donald,
Aaron Donald.
gets double team every damn play, triple team.
Then the other Floyd on the other side, the other
Who?
defensive end.
What's
I
his
know
name?
you're talking about.
Yeah, he's starting to eat too because of
So, yeah, it's
Aaron
saying
Donald.
that. So you put Von Miller
You
on the
put
other
Von Miller-
side. Yeah, that's it.
It should be a Super Bowl, bro.
100%.
And they should win it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I still think the Cardinals they're playing better overall. But if you tell me personnel, offense and defense, that defense that the Rams have now with that pass rusher,
Yeah,
And with Stafford's playing at a high level.
Yeah, and quiet is kept. I honestly think the Rams are playing a little better than even the Cardinals. And I hate to say that because
Same record.
even though the
shouldn't have
Cardinals
been.
beat them,
it shouldn't have been.
yeah, it should not have been. It should not have been.
But
I
yeah,
just I don't know, man. Them boys, they just look tough.
They do that. Look,
They look tough.
I'm not gonna lie. The NFC looks far superior than the AFC. When we're talking about Super Bowl contenders, but Von Miller is going to have immediate impact on that team. And that's crazy to say because the defense is already one of the better defenses in the league.
Mhm.
So to say that they're gonna get that much better, that's scary. And who I'm really scared for are the Cardinals because again, Von Miller isn't the same guy, but he got enough juice in that tank to go make Kyler go expend some energy.
yeah,
he's
because
just
you
not
got Von Miller coming off whatever edge. You got Aaron Donald coming up the middle.
Mhm.
And then, which is going to force you to whatever opposite side they're not coming from. And it may be, I think somebody in the chat pointed out, Leonard Floyd maybe on the other side coming,
Floyd, yeah, Leonard
or whoever
Floyd.
the other guy is, whoever they got over there. Or maybe they send in a blitz. You just never know.
You don't know.
So yeah,
You
you
don't know.
you can do a lot of things with that. As the Rams, Deshaun Watson did not get traded, so this wasn't a surprise, at least to me.
Me either.
They could have get the assurances that they needed,
Mhm.
whatever team was going to trade for them.
Right, and they want to kind of see how this going to play out, and the offseason is going to come, and you go from there.
And then the draft picks will be realized. Like right now, you're trading things that you don't know where they're going to
Mhm.
land. And with the Dolphins being, way worse than I anticipated them being, those draft picks are going to be high. So when you realize, okay, well, it's a good draft pick. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You can make that. It'll be easier to digest that move versus not knowing where those draft picks are going to land.
You said it was a mistake to not trade OBJ,
Yes.
and I'm gonna actually agree with you.
It's a mistake on several fronts.
I saw the video that his papa put out.
Yep,
Y'all saw that?
that's what I was going to ask y'all.
I didn't see that.
The first super chat was from We Them Boys. I'm gonna go ahead and ask it because it's on there. He said, "Are we sure Odell Sr. wrote that post? I ain't never seen an old man use that many hashtags." We Them Boys, you are absolutely correct.
Y'all think Odell did that shit?
He did it. That's his dad is his ghost account. My dad did that. Tom Brady's dad said some stuff that Tom Brady probably wanted him to say.
Yeah,
So
his dad.
His
quote
dad is
unquote.
hip though. Like
Well-
I don't know if y'all know the story behind Odell Sr. He obviously went to LSU.
I saw
Him
it.
and Shaq was like this.
That was his best friend.
Yeah. So and Odell Sr. was the party guy.
Yeah.
So Odell Sr. is hip. So I'm not saying that he did all of the emojis. Maybe, and I agree with you, Shelton. And I'll speak for my son. Hey, son, what you need me to say? All right, bet. How? Like this? Okay, I get it. But at the same time, he is a bit hip, so it doesn't surprise me if it was totally him.
Well, either way, he put up a video showing all the times Odell Beckham was open and Baker didn't get him the ball. And I watched some of it. Some of that stuff, I was like, I don't know about that one. But there was some, I was like, man, like, that's a read. Like you
Mhm.
got to be able to see that.
Mhm.
And I don't know if he was saying that he was intentionally not throwing the ball his
He
way.
said it was intentional.
See, that's the part that don't make sense to
Yeah,
me.
he said, and it don't make sense to me either. But he did say they say he was hating on his son.
Yeah, so I can see and what because if you're Baker Mayfield, like you would want to
That
make
hurts
those
you
throws.
and your money.
Exactly.
That's all.
Exactly.
That's why I say
FIFA wouldn't be talking shit about you every damn week.
you're right.
So I didn't look at it as he was intentional. I looked at that as Odell maybe just one or two reads. I mean, not Odell, but Baker just maybe one or two reads or whatever. Or maybe he just can't look down the field and read down the field like that.
Which is why you cannot afford to pay that man $40 million.
Or maybe you probably do need to get rid of OBJ and bring in somebody that fits what Baker does best.
Correct, because they never they did not mesh. It's even more apparent when he came back from the injury. When he went down with that injury, we
Which
saw.
one? Which one?
No, I'm talking about OBJ.
I know which
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
because he got injured twice.
Yeah.
After Baker shenanigans.
When he tore the leg up.
Okay.
Once he tore the leg up, was out. Baker relaxed, and that team picked up steam.
Mhm.
It just seemed like he was like, I ain't got to try to figure out how to get this man the ball.
Mhm.
It just seemed like he relaxed. At that point, I was like, you need to get rid of him.
Exactly, because OBJ turns up the heat in the kitchen.
Mhm.
Because you have potentially still an elite talent on that outside that you have to get the ball. There's certain guys in the league that you have to get them the ball, regardless of however you get them. Fucking wide receiver reverse, jet sweeps.
Yeah.
You got to get OBJ the ball, especially in the throwing game. And it doesn't always have to be deep. OBJ is one of those guys slant and he taking 67 yards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get him involved. And the fact that Baker cannot figure out how to get that man involved, it adds pressure.
Right.
And you see it. Already he's not a $40 million quarterback. And you give him an elite talent and he looks worse.
Yeah.
No, those are big red flags. Major red. I'm not paying him. I'm not giving him the 1 year thing.
Franchise.
The franchise tag. I'm not
Yeah.
doing it. Let that man walk.
Yeah.
Go wherever the hell you want to go, because here you can't play here.
Correct.
Can't let that man
And when
walk.
Jarvis Landry went down, it was even more evident.
Worse.
Because, you lose Jarvis Landry, you lose, especially when the backs, both your running backs are out. This
How do
should
you
be
not go to OBJ?
this should be a field day. You know what I'm saying? And he's been targeted less than 5 times in the last 3 games. He had 1 target.
Did we not watch Aaron Rodgers go out here with 11 missing players and go play arguably the hottest team in the NFL and make every throw? Obviously, he didn't throw for no 300, 400, 500 yards.
How many quarterbacks can do that?
There's a handful. There's a handful.
Not many.
Rodgers, Brady, who else?
Wilson.
That about it. Lamar run it and get there.
Yeah, Rodgers, he looked great in the Super Bowl. Oh wait, it was week like. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
This guy. It's only a handful. Look,
yeah.
look. You got to put Lamar there too.
Nah, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But I said he'll run it there. He gonna
would
make
win,
the little throws
but
and
he
he'll
would
still win. Yeah, he will win.
Look at Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown doesn't have 11 catches for 100-something yards.
That's because he's playing with Lamar Jackson.
But he got 3-4 catches for 100-some yards.
Yeah, but you put him with Aaron Rodgers, he unleashed.
I don't know about that, man. Hollywood is
You
a
don't
tough
think so?
target. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I get where you're coming from, but Hollywood is not a polished receiver.
He's not. He's a cherry on top.
Yeah,
Literally taking the top.
him and Henry
off the
Ruggs were a
defense.
lot alike.
100%. But OBJ to me is a 3-level wide receiver: short, intermediate, deep. He can do it all.
Yeah.
You just got to get him the ball. He's a polished route runner.
Yes.
He one of the best route runners in the bro. You got to get rid of Baker, and you made a mistake by not getting rid of OBJ because you're leaving that pressure cooker out there on that field for Baker Mayfield. The point that Shelton made is 1,000,000% correct. Baker looks better without OBJ, so get rid of OBJ and get compensated for it. Because if I'm not mistaken, they only gave up like a 4th-round pick to get OBJ or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Like it was very low draft capital. You can still get a couple of draft picks for OBJ, move on from the OBJ experiment, let OBJ. How many more years OBJ got of this purgatory?
2.
Oh my goodness.
And on his contract, I don't know.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, like I said, it's you get rid of him now while the value is still there, because the
Decent.
value is only going to get worse.
Gonna get worse because it's not gonna get better.
And you're not going to get. He's not going to play himself out of this. You're not
because
getting.
it's not him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're not getting nothing out of. There's no value being gained by him being on the roster at this point. There's none.
As far as I'm concerned, I think that we're probably about 10 months away, or maybe 6 months, no, 8 months away from Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson being in Cleveland, personally.
Damn. Okay.
Some people say
Something to
Flash
pay
said
attention
Aaron
to.
Rodgers to Cleveland. That's something I thought about too.
That shit ain't gonna happen, y'all.
Nah, that Von Miller trade to me is what they're trying to do to set up for Aaron Rodgers to go to Denver if he don't make it to the Super Bowl or something this season.
It does clear up a lot of money.
Steelers. Man, them boys
Tomlin?
back.
You mean Tomlin?
Tomlin, bro.
Tomlin keeps doing
Bro, I don't know how
the
you
amazing. The
He's
amazing
right there,
Houdini.
still in a fight for the division, beating the Browns.
That's so, bro. I'm gonna just say it's so
Without a kicker too.
Without a kicker.
Without a fucking kicker.
You talking about one arm tied behind your back? That's what the Pittsburgh Steelers is going into war with every week.
And Ben got one arm right now, so it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know. So it's amazing the things that they're able to do and when they're able to do it. Like I figured they had no chance in this game, but once again, I'm like, these the Steelers. Anybody else would not have had a chance, and it wasn't nothing pretty about it.
But I mean, that's kind of how they're gonna have to win games. Is like make that shit ugly.
Ugly as can be.
And you make it ugly, and you're used to playing ugly. The other team is gonna be like, "Yo, this is out of my element. I can't mess with this." So we'll see how the rest of the season go. But a very impressive win, for the Steelers.
And I was watching some sports show, and it shows you how they like to spin stuff. They were trying to blame Cleveland's defense for this Pittsburgh loss, and I'm like, "Come on, bro. Like, be real." Because they were saying who had to blame for the struggles, and I'm like, how are you gonna blame the defense?
Well, the receivers bad because that's because one of the things Nick has on here is should Cleveland blame the loss on Baker or the receivers? Now I didn't watch.
They dropped some passes. They did. I think Jarvis Landry dropped 2. And
he did
one.
drop some bad passes. Yeah, I did see that.
They did.
Yeah.
But still, at some point, man, you gotta be able to pick that stuff up. You just have to, and they get.
Well,
blamed
that was
for
he dropped. Didn't he drop those passes late though, right? In the fourth quarter.
Was it the fourth?
So if the man putting the ball in, like, it's on you at that point to catch it.
Now once again, he don't get 100% of the blame, but he's still in that bunch. He's still in there.
Oh yeah, because just
Baker?
for the game overall, because the game wasn't clean. But in winning time, if Landry dropping the ball,
but the point of the matter is, it shouldn't have been a 14-17 dogfight.
Right.
Cleveland still has enough weapons, even with both running backs out
Yeah.
on the outside, for it not to be 14-17 with a damn team that don't got no O-line. Now they're playing better.
That's when you're talking about the defense at that point.
But Ken, they only gave up 17 points.
They didn't even give up that
I think
much.
it was 15-10.
They gave up 15.
Whatever. Okay.
That's even worse. That's what I'm saying.
Ken,
The defense played
only
fine.
gave up 15 points. If your defense averages 15 points a game given up, you should be 14-2.
Yeah.
Like you should have an overwhelming record.
Yeah, you scored 40 plus on the Chargers.
Ken,
Any given Sunday.
Baker is a major problem. And I want to root for Cleveland because they've done a lot of shit right in recent memory. But the thing that they can't get right is winning and making tough decisions. You just can't. I put it to you like this. They are going to, I don't know, Baker's going to be the new Kirk Cousins.
On paper, they should be the Super Bowl champs.
100%. No true weakness.
None. You got that defensive line with them stalwarts on both ends. You got everything that you need on offense. You got two monsters of running backs, two monsters receivers, 2 tight ends monsters. You got everything that you need to be successful.
Rated a top 3 offensive line.
what more can you ask for?
Especially on the offensive side, Ken.
Colts, Titans. Apparently that was a hell of a game. Your boy threw a pick six in that one. So saw that it was pretty bad. That he was kicking himself. So do you bring Wentz back after this season? Does he got how many years he got in his contract?
I can't remember how many years.
Or is it just getting started? I mean, it's his first year there.
I think he has 2 or 3 more years.
Huh?
2 or 3 more years, I think.
Yeah, so I don't think you get rid of him. I don't think you move on from him. And I think now more than ever, with Derrick Henry down, I mean, I think Ryan Tannehill and Wentz probably might end up being the same damn guy. You know, the Titans have gotten lucky in a lot of the wins that they have, and you got to be able to win those tough games like that and put a W on the board. And good teams find ways to do that. But what happens when that runs out, or what happens when you don't have Derrick Henry? And we're about to find that out now. So, in spite of some of these losses that the Colts have had, I still think they got an outside chance of winning that division with this injury that is taking place now. So.
I still don't think so. I just don't. I have no belief in Carson Wentz whatsoever. None. I think he's the downfall. I mean, you got now the leading rusher in the league on that Colts team, but he gonna mess it up. I just think he gonna blow it like he always do.
I don't understand a lot of the throws that he's making. I just don't. You know, they say that the way that they're trying to rehabilitate his image, I get it, man. Like, it's probably really psychologically draining to have Philadelphia media on your head, you know what I mean, for a whole year. But when you go to the Colts and you see all these announcers talking about, oh, he's, you know, a streak of no turnovers. That was like a big thing that they were talking about. The fact that you have to say that about an NFL quarterback, it just lets you know where the fall from grace happened. You know, as an Eagles fan, seeing him get hurt against the Rams, he was never able to get right from that. I think that he's been damaged goods ever since. Not saying that he hasn't been a passable QB in a lot of games this year. He's also had some great games, but it's just also the neglect that they're not showing on the turnovers that should have happened. There's a lot of throws where he's hitting guys, DBs in the hands, and they're just dropping it. So this streak that they were talking about, to me, it was always fugazi because, dude, you're on the 2-yard line and you just like throw a ball up. I don't even understand what your thought process is in a certain time. And for the Titans, you know, karma in sports is real. Mike Vrabel got way too cute against the Chiefs. There's no reason why Derrick Henry should have been running that ball in the fourth quarter. You were already up.
Correct.
And this is just what happens when you want to get too cute.
I agree 110%. You protect guys like that, especially. I mean, McNichols. Those other backs were not bad. I mean, they can get some carries. I ain't saying that they're gonna run the ball like, you know, world beaters, but you still can mix it up. You know, you can give other people a shot. That way, you're not running them into the ground. Let him be around in the fourth quarter of the season so you can have him available. You got to protect that guy because that's your franchise. I don't think they're gonna fall off the cliff though. I just, for some reason, I'm feeling like they're gonna hold serve. I don't think they're gonna be
the Titans.
Yes, I don't think they're gonna be as great as they were, but they're gonna hold serve.
You think they're great now?
No. That's what I said. I don't think they're gonna be as great as they were with Derrick Henry. Is what I'm talking about. But I said they're gonna hold serve. They're gonna be okay. They'll be fine making the playoffs. They're gonna win the division still, I think.
Well, they got a significant lead, so they should win the division.
You want to read a couple of these super chats?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a few super chats I'm gonna get through. I'm gonna get to all of you, so don't quit sending them because I got you all. Mr. Ant-Man 27 said, with Watson not getting moved, does he now get moved in the offseason, or is he permanently damaged goods at this point?
No, he get moved.
Yeah, he'll be
Draft.
moved in the offseason.
He's getting moved during the draft.
I agree. He's not damaged goods. Watson is you talking about one of the 3 top quarterbacks in the league. He's still that. They'll just got to get him past this point. And once the judgment comes out, you know, he'll be suspended for however long, hopefully time served, because he's been out all season. And keep him moving. Get him some help that he needs. Alex Hayes, what's up, Alex Hayes? He said the irony that Jameis gets a season-ending injury against his old team, who is a division rival, What's y'all reaction to that news?
It was heartbreaking.
It was.
It was heartbreaking. Obviously he's having a pretty good season, a good bounce back season, and the way it happened, it was just weird. It looked like his cleat was just planted so far in the ground that it had no give. The way he was pulled down, but yeah, I feel bad for Jameis. Y'all already know I started on a very hot take the beginning of the year with Jameis Winston. So to see him go down the way he did, man, it hurt, especially because it felt like they were starting to, get a rhythm with Jameis.
Yeah.
But
And Thomas was about to come back, and we could kind of see a little bit of what he could be with that team. And I think the more comfortable he got, the better he was going to be. He was settling in. He got past a lot of those turnover issues. So we were seeing a better Jameis no matter what at this point, I think. And I hate that we couldn't see the progression of it. Now we're on to Hill, I guess. And we'll see what he can do as a quarterback, that feature guy. Tavares, what's up, Tavares? Tavares said Mahomes tried to get that game away on Monday with that pick. He just lucky. The Giants suck and kept getting penalties. 110% the Giants suck. There's no way they should have lost that game. Y'all been right about Mahomes, man. Mahomes is put it this way. I'm gonna say this first about that team in that game, because I watched the game, tried to watch that game really intently and study. And that was, I don't know what's going on with that team and the coaching staff, because that was some of the sloppiest football I've ever seen this late in the season, especially from a team coming off the Super Bowl that doesn't have 50 new players. That was some sloppy football. The calls, I'm talking about every other play was a penalty, whether it be offensive, defense, both sides of the ball. It's preseason play. That's what they look like. And you're right. They're struggling on offense, but they're struggling in every phase of the game, which to me looks like a lack of preparation more than anything else. It seems like a team that was kind of like coasting, like we so good, we ain't gotta work. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like to me, to a team that's getting pushed now, and they getting pushed and they don't know how to push back.
The Chiefs look like a team that believe their own hype.
Yes.
They look like a team that believe their own fable, their own legend. And that's the worst thing that you can be in sports, beyond terrible, is a great team that falls victim to their own commentators, to their own, I guess you could say arrogance. And when you have, a great talent like Tyreek Hill, great talent like Travis Kelce, and great talent like Patrick Mahomes, obviously, I think that things can begin to get clouded for you because you have so many people just hoisting all these accolades on you as a potential dynasty, greatest team in the league right now. This team is going to win 3 straight. This team is going to go back to back to back. All these things are being said. And when you make the game look so easy because you're still new, you're still fresh. But dude, like the great, like a great Detroit player once told me, BZ430, once them defensive coordinators get film on you, they study you like scientists. They study your mannerisms. They study everything. They have film. There's so much more technology that these guys have to be able to pre-snap stuff that you do. They have you down to, the X's and O's. So what we're seeing right now with the Chiefs is the degradation of a team that was ascending already. But once you get to a point where your only offense is those 3 guys, it's not that hard to key in on that. You just gotta find a way to just basically not neutralize them, but you gotta find a way to make the blows hit as infrequently, and you gotta make the blows kind of like with Ali and Foreman. Ali is not gonna stop Foreman from punching him. He's not gonna stop that. But he's going to find a way to turn that energy against them. You know what I mean? The way that they're stopping Tyreek Hill over the top now. They're going to give Travis Kelce the middle, but they're not going to let you kill them with Tyreek because those are the big punches. It's the same thing. So it's not that they've figured out the Chiefs and how to stop them from scoring, but they've figured out a way to make their blows innocuous. You know what I mean? And we're seeing it now. It's really sad, but the Chiefs got to get this shit together, bro. It's the defense. They've been neglecting this for about 3-4 years now.
Correct.
And they got to invest in this defense
Yeah, because those Sorensen and Snead, man, they was getting toasted. Snead got about 50 yards in penalties. Sorensen, the same thing. He was just, I mean, they were just getting toasted, and it wasn't even close. Like I said, it wasn't a close game as far as that's concerned. Ain't so much Honey Badger can do, and he's limited at that. So it's kind of like he needs help, and he ain't getting none. And the thing about it is, we sing Andy Reid's praises and Eric Bieniemy, who I love, but I'm like, man, y'all got to adjust, man. What y'all gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's time to see the genius that we think that they have and how they're gonna react to this pressure that they're being put under. Because yeah, they won that game, but it didn't feel like a victory. It did not feel like a victory whatsoever.
The Giants controlled the majority of that game.
Yes, they did.
They lost it.
They lost it.
The Chiefs didn't win that.
100%. 100%. Now, in that first drive, I was like, oh, we got the Chiefs back. And then he threw the pick. And I'm like, we got the Chiefs back. So, that was not a good look.
Well, I think this will only make them better, and I think, this adversity can give them a nice, good run to another Super Bowl appearance. Because now you're learning how to win games in different ways, in ways you didn't have to really win before. So the defense hopefully should only get better. You'll avoid injuries. Patrick Mahomes will make better decisions. Learn how to play actual football instead of just chunking it up all the time. Andy Reid call some short plays, call a better game, or be enemy whoever, and then move forward, man. Because at the end of the day, they still got all those weapons.
Yep.
And you just need to find ways to win, and then get in your rhythm, and then you off, and that's it.
I think what they got to employ is a little bit more of creativity with the short passing game because they have zero run game with Clyde Edwards-Helaire being on IR right now. So bubble screens, drags, like they gotta be able to run the ball through short passes. If they can't do that, they're not gonna have balance. They need to have some balance on this team. Like, because when I watch them, it's like y'all still taking deep shots. Like, y'all still trying to push the ball down the field. Like, that's not what you are right now. You can't do that.
Yeah. Man, can we like? I feel like over the last few years or year or so, Bill Belichick has been getting shitted on, but this man is 4-4. Just took down the Chargers, a great Chargers team. We thought they were a good Chargers team.
Put 50-something on the Jets the week before.
Yep, played well. It's the Jets, but put 50 on them. Played the Bucks to a standstill. And they're 400. Or 500, 4-4 in on the season. So I just wanted to spotlight that, brother, because Mac Jones, if he really is going to be the guy, is only going to get better under that coaching, his tutelage and stuff like that. In another year or two, they could be right back on top, man.
Oh, 100%. And I think that all of this was very Belichickian in everything that he did. Not moving in the draft, still getting your guy, cutting Cam Newton, saying, hey, we don't need you. You're just going to be a distraction. And doing what he's done throughout the season. Now, obviously, this year, it's not like they're going to be, world beaters. But you're 100% right. Next year, because think about it. They spent the most money in free agency this year. They have a rookie quarterback. That rookie quarterback is going to be under contract for the next 4 years with that rookie deal. So he's going to get better, and that talent is already good around him. So as he ascends, they're going to be even more scary. Now, I don't know what he's going to be, 5 years from now, when you got to pay the man for real. But, the next year or two, not this year, but the next 2 years from now, they could be something to, because the OBJs of the world, the Von Millers, if he doesn't want to go back to LA, like those veteran guys that can swing the pendulum. They're looking at New England like, oh shit, you only gonna give me for a year anyway. Shit, we could make a run if me and this other dude come. Yeah, they're back to their old ways. New old ways, because they never spent money like this. But it's been a very long time since they had a quarterback on a rookie contract.
Correct. Yeah. I wish Nick was here
I do too.
because he had a horrible weekend, bro.
He had a horrible. I wish he was here too.
Well, shit. His favorite teams are 0-4. I think the Knicks have lost 2 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They just lost to the Raptors, which is a bad basketball team so
Yes.
far. The Giants lost to the Chiefs, who were a Super Bowl team, but they were playing pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was a winnable game. And the fucking Bengals just lost to the goddamn Jets.
And this man said that Chase was rookie of the year, which he's been playing great. This ain't Chase's fault, but he did say the Bengals were the best team.
He said that now. He said that the best team in the AFC. I think he did say AFC. He didn't say NFL.
He did. He said it. Yeah, he did say the AFC.
Best team in the AFC.
Nick, the Jets heard you. They heard you loud and clear.
Damn boy, I was shocked.
I watched that game.
I saw that score.
I watched that game. It was
What
super
happened?
impressive. The bottom fell out. And the thing about it was they never backed down. The moment Mike White, man, shout out to
that boy Mike White.
And then
that's what happened. Mike White has caused a quarterback controversy in New York.
Damn.
And the craziest thing is, and I was gonna shout out all these first time starters. These backup QBs shine this weekend. I mean, it was incredible the way the backup QBs played. You got Cooper Rush winning
in Dallas, yeah.
Yeah, Trevor Siemian.
Guess we don't need Dak anymore, huh?
Trevor, they talking about sitting him again for another week
I'm
too.
Just playing.
Yeah. Trevor Siemian picking up for Jameis Winston and winning that game. They talking about Taysom Hill coming back. Well, I start Siemian. He played good. Mike White won. Who was the other one? It was another one. It was
sound like a member of the Beastie Boys.
and I thought, what's funny is I thought he had no shot, but he drove them down, and they played from behind. Now, don't get me wrong, he showed up that fourth quarter. That's the crazy thing is he really just showed up.
Damn.
But I ain't gonna lie, I lost a lot of money on that because I bet on the Bengals multiple times.
Wow.
And I'm talking about during the game. I was betting at halftime. I bet that they win the second half. I think the line was like 3.5. I bet that. I bet in the fourth quarter the Bengals was gonna win. So yeah.
Man, you can't bet on the Bengals, bro.
At all.
They're not ready yet. They're not ready to meet expectation. They're not ready to meet expectation. It's still there. I think they're a year away. What this year is showing us is like, oh, they do have some. They can be legit, but they're not legit yet.
Where you get a team's best shot.
Exactly.
Something like that.
They're not there yet. They haven't graduated from being the hunter to the haunted. They're not that team yet. They're still hunting. They're not being hunted yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Geno was the other backup quarterback that played well this weekend. Yeah. Geno had a great game. But what you're saying is 100% true. You can go into a game. They probably counted this week like a win. We playing the Jets with their backup quarterback. The Jets with the backup.
He did look good though.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying, that was their mindset going into the week, I'm sure.
Oh, no, 100%.
And as much as you tell your team to be ready to steal the NFL, you playing the Jets with a backup QB. That's just like I bet. They bet in their mind. They placed that same bet, and they got punched in the mouth. All you gotta do is get hit one time. Ask Mike Tyson about Buster Douglas. 100%. You get caught one good time.
You can't afford to lose those games
at all. At all.
But you know what this is though? This is experience.
It is.
This is experience, and that's why I said that this team isn't ready for that yet. Because next year, when they should be more ready for this type of spotlight, what'll happen is hey, we can't let up. Remember what happened to the Jets last year?
Mm-hmm.
We got to keep our pedal to the metal.
Mm-hmm.
This is experience. They got to take these lumps.
Damn, we on week 10, huh? Mm-hmm. I thought we were on week 9. Hold on, let me edit that title. Let's jump into these picks and then we hit some basketball.
Yes, sir.
Let me fix that real quick. Why are you looking crazy?
While you looking for that, let me read one more quick question. I think we kind of answered this one already, but I don't want to miss none. Drink More Water said, how does the Rams trading for Von Miller impact the NFC? I think we said that pushed it over the top for the Rams. What are your thoughts on the Rams trading away most of their draft picks and best NFC team?
As long as you get the right players in return, it's okay. Mainly because the draft, you don't know what the hell you're going to get. If I'm getting, I know what I'm getting with Von Miller. I knew what I was getting with Jalen. I knew what I'm getting, with Matt Stafford. I know what I'm getting. So I can plug and play.
Right.
I'm good. I don't need the draft picks.
Also, they all in at this point. So they're all in. And there's no reason for them not to
Super
be.
Bowl or nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nick updated the record. It says 21-12. But he has updated as of October 12th. So I don't know if that's right. So but yeah, let's jump into these picks. Kansas, dang, he didn't update any of this.
Damn, Nick.
About who won last week. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Let's see. I think I'm looking ahead. Yeah, so I think we're no, we are on week 8. We're coming up on week 9. Either way. So Shelton and I went 3-1 last week. You went 2-2, and Nick went 4-0.
4-0.
Yep.
How you go 4-0?
He had Green Bay, Dallas, Pittsburgh, and Tennessee. So I had Indianapolis winning that game, and then I had all the rest. Shelton, you lost.
I missed the Cardinals game probably.
The Cardinals, both. Yeah, that's the ones you guys lost.
No, but
the
I
Cardinals
had 2
game.
losses.
Oh, so you had Indianapolis too, and you lost the Cardinals game.
Yeah, I remember y'all both picking the Colts, and I picked.
And they should have had the man, fucking Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I can't believe y'all bet on Carson Wentz.
It was right there, bro. So and against a better quote unquote team.
It's Carson Wentz.
Hey, it was right there. Well, it wasn't that far off. It should have been a blowout since the Titans supposed to be that much better.
I take Carson Wentz over Baker Mayfield.
Ooh-wee.
All right, week 9. Chicago versus Pittsburgh. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh as well.
And that Chicago team only put up 3 points the previous week.
Chicago.
Oh, that's what Nick said.
Yeah, he picked Chicago.
That would be the game. That's not Pittsburgh loses though. That would be the game.
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
And that's what I was about to say. That's
a trap game.
Yep. Not necessarily a trap game. That this would be the one. Like, yeah. This will be a game that they will lose. That they're supposed to win after how bad they played. Green Bay versus Kansas City. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Green Bay. Green Bay. I can't put nobody on Kansas City right now. They got to win 2-3 in a row for me to be like, okay, they might be back. I don't care who they could play the Jets. I'm saying the Jets are gonna be goddamn Kansas City.
Where's the game at?
Kansas City.
Kansas.
I'll take
Kansas City. Kansas City gonna win that game.
Nah, hell no.
I got KC too.
I think so too.
I think this is the one.
Oh, so this is the week that I overtake all you niggas.
This is the one that breaks them out of that little funk. What you got, Shelly?
Little funk?
And that's Funkadelic. That's Parliament over there. Ain't no little funk.
Give me KC.
Tennessee versus the Rams.
The Rams.
Why did he pick this game?
Because at the time Derrick Henry probably wasn't out yet.
Nah, he updated it today. Oh, he probably picked it in advance. You're right. Yeah, I'm going to Rams.
Rams.
Cleveland versus Cincinnati. This is definitely this is actually tough.
Give me Cincy.
Who was it?
Cleveland versus
Cincinnati.
Baker's been battling that shoulder, so I mean it should be Cincy, but it feels like the Browns could have a nice defensive game here though. But Ruggs been burning people over the top every week.
Oh, Chase.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jamar Chase. Sorry, not Ruggs. I was thinking about the whole thing. But Cincinnati should win this game. But I think Browns gonna win this close one though.
And it's in Cincy too.
Cincinnati's home. Give me Cincinnati.
Chubb back.
Yeah, Chubb is back.
That's what I'm saying. I think they might win a close one.
I'm going Cleveland.
Ooh,
I'm going Cleveland.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I'm going Cleveland. All right, so that's it, man. Basketball, FIFO.
I got a couple things. Hold on before we really get into it. So, per Brian Windhorst, the Pelicans have totally, utterly, inexplicably botched Zion's foot injury. Things aren't good in New Orleans right now.
Oh
That
my
is
gosh!
a quote.
Did you
from
see?
Brian
Did you see him
Windhorst.
working out before the game? It's
Go
not a
ahead.
good look, man. It's not a good look. Somebody said in the chat, I don't know who. Shout out to you. I saw what you said. Zion might be the next Eddie Curry. I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not either.
no,
I was thinking Oliver Miller myself.
that's not gonna happen.
But yeah, it didn't look good, man. I looked at him and I hate that he's that guy.
That man is way too gifted
Yeah,
to be Eddie Curry.
he is. All right, some more news. Colin Sexton was looking to sign a similar contract to Jamal Murray, which was 5-year, $170 million max, but the Cavs are not interested.
Oh yeah, of course not. He hasn't done anything to really wow them like that.
Also, I saw earlier today Nick Wright had this graph. Well, not a graph, but just I guess a stat line of players that shoot over 20 shots a game with the least amount of assists. Both Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are on that list. Jaylen Brown averages under 3 assists at 2.7. I want to say Jason Tatum averages 3 point something assists per game. And respectively, they are the number 6 and number 7 scorers in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Smart says,
I was gonna say, let me read the super chat real quick. Unless you want the super chat is Tracy G. Tracy G, what's up? I got you on all your super chats. Tracy said, was Marcus Smart right calling out both Jays?
So let me add to that. So that way everybody knows exactly what he said. Marcus Smart says Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum need to pass the ball more since teams are finding ways to stop them. I can only do so much standing in the corner. So adding context to the super chat. You fucking right. But you know what? See, this is why I'm the basketball guy on the show. What have I said is the one thing that the Celtics need?
Ben Simmons.
He could work there. He could work. He could, but no. Pass first point guard. And that's why I say he could work. But they need a distributor of the basketball. Also, why I was saying I love Jaylen and I love Jason, but it's talent redundancy. It's a lot of the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of the same, and you can't attack multiple. You can't attack differently because it's the same. It's a lot of one-on-one. It's a lot of step backs. It's a lot of sidestep shots for Jason Tatum. The ball isn't moving. It's not fluid. Obviously, I think both of these guys are elite talents, but it doesn't work in the construct of a team. They need a Ish Smith like point guard. Not just saying, I don't know if Ish is the answer, but they need a pass first distributor point guard that can say, "Hey Marcus, you gonna get this shot."
Could it be the
Jason, you
coaching?
good. It could be, but just based off of the talent, Ken, to me, it's more roster construction versus the coaching. I think Ime Udoka is doing a damn good job because think about this. Now, my Bulls are 6-1, by the way. They are 6-1. So, Nick, we got some shit to talk about on Thursday.
They just beat the Jazz.
They just beat the Jazz and they just beat the Bulls. They were going into the fourth quarter down 14 and won by 14, which is crazy. The Bulls scored 39. The Boston Celtics scored 11, which is either way. But to me, the Boston Celtics' biggest issue is a personnel issue, not necessarily a coaching issue. Because the Boston Celtics look good in stretches, but those key possessions where you need a bucket, an easy bucket, or exploiting mismatches, they don't have that guy that can distribute the basketball like that. So to me, Boston is going to have to make some moves. I think they may have to break up the Jays.
You're right. They have to break it up. And I've been saying it for the last probably 2 years is that both of these guys are stars, but they haven't become super yet because I don't think the roster is conducive to them becoming superstars yet. And there needs to be, to me, the two guys I would look at if you're trying to just go maybe mid-tier guys that can add a lot. I think you should look at Monte Morris in Denver. I think that you should look at Fred VanVleet in Toronto. I think that those type of point guards in a Boston uniform, I think that it makes the most sense because guys can play D a little bit, guys can distribute the ball, but still can hit those open shots that you need to be able to play in today's NBA. They don't need like a Rajon Rondo type. They need a guy who can get them in open space and know where to be without the ball. But they also have to have, like FIFA was saying, there has to be some type of continuity in the offensive game for them to be able to know, look, you don't need to touch this ball in the first 20 seconds or 15 seconds of the clock. Like you can roam around, we can get some off ball action, and then you can get the final shot after 2-3 passes. So there has to be more creativity in the play calling too.
You know who fits them? Kyle Lowry. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's with Miami, but the type of point guard that you're talking about, somebody that can hit shots, and you're 100% right. I'm not trying to describe a Rajon Rondo because it doesn't fit. Like the point guard that they need to be able to hit shots as well, space the floor, to allow those one-on-one opportunities when they get those mismatches, or even if it's not a mismatch, if they feel that they can take this guy, you still need a guy that you can't help off of, or you get hurt by doing that. But they need to make a move. They have to get a point guard type. Now Kemba stylistically should have been that guy, but Kemba's no longer what he was in Charlotte, so therefore he didn't fit. Obviously, why they jettisoned him to OKC, got bought out. Now he's in New York, but they need to figure that out, or they need to move on from both of the Jays or one of the Jays, and just figure out what that roster looks like without one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because
Milwaukee made the move that they should have made. They should have got Drew Holiday in there.
Yep. Drew Holiday is another dog. You already know you're not going to lose nothing on defense. Matter of fact, you're going to gain. You can't leave Drew alone. Drew is a crafty player. Can take over the game in stretches. You know what I'm saying? And then what that allows too, it allows you to play them opposite of each other. You know what I'm saying? You can take Jalen out first, Drew and Tatum, take both of those guys out, put Jalen out there, let him eat. You know what I'm saying? You can mix it up a little bit more. But they're lacking a third guy because the two main guys are the same guy. They just a little different height and different skin complexion. But they damn near the same guy. So they need another guy that adds something different. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that. And as much as I like Al Horford and the rest of that roster, those guys aren't the pendulum swing. Those guys are necessary for roster construction, but you need another guy that is a name, another guy that can take pressure off. You know what I'm saying? But
if they had to break it up, FIFO, one guy who I think actually could develop into that type of player, given the right coaching staff, I would trade either. Well, obviously, you probably take Tatum as the centerpiece, right? He's going to be the guy for a lot of people in any trade. Jalen's the one to expend, right? Although Jalen could probably take another leap and a half going to another team being the guy, I would trade Jalen for De'Aaron Fox right now.
Oh yeah, yep. That's a major problem. That's a major problem. Matter of fact, if you can fleece the Kings for Buddy Hield as well, you know what I'm saying? The Kings ain't the smartest bunch over there.
Smart and Brown,
Yep. Smart. You move Smart and Brown, get De'Aaron and Buddy. That's a problem. That's a major problem in Boston in a good way.
What about? I mean, I know he probably won't fit, but they definitely trying to get rid of Bagley.
Yeah, I was gonna say the big man too. That would be nice in Boston because they need one.
Yeah, but I don't think that's where they're lacking. At least to me, that's
they're not. But I think he could be a throw-in. So, because you're saying Buddy Hield, and I know they stupid as hell, but I don't know if they'll be willing to get rid of him.
Right, and you still got to play Joel Embiid, so you need as much size as you can get.
That's true. No, 100%. And I'm not. Y'all know how I was on Bagley at first. I didn't taper down because I don't know what's going on. And obviously,
it's weird, man.
It is super weird. And the Kings are trying to move on from him too. So if you can make 2 of those 3 guys work, if not all 3, make the move. But you got to get De'Aaron.
De'Aaron's the key piece. I was
you
just wondering,
gotta
like,
get that.
if Buddy Hield, if they don't move on Buddy Hield, would you take a Bagley because he would just be
I'll take him as a throw-in.
throw in.
I'll take him. Because there's talent there. It's never been cultivated. It's just
He stays hurt
stagnant.
a lot. I had him
Yeah.
on my
That
fantasy.
too.
That's how I know.
And they got a lot of guards in Sacramento, so they're gonna have to make a move at some point.
So, they may be willing to get rid of, because Hill's coming off the bench too. We don't know how long he's going to be happy with that because he was a starter. I think the thing when I look at Sacramento, when I think about this Bagley situation, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's the weirdest thing ever. And for the agent to go out on blast like that, and I think he's a very well respected agent to just blast him like that. And kudos to Bagley for remaining silent. When are people really going to look at Luke Walton? When is that conversation hasn't came up yet?
You know
has
why?
it?
Because the front office is so bad that you can't even get to Luke Walton yet.
Mm-hmm.
But Luke Walton, like, so when I was thinking about the Bagley situation, I'm thinking, okay, Luke Walton said, "Hey, we're not going to play Bagley. My second overall pick, right? You have to go to somebody and say, hey, I'm not going to play this guy. And you have to give them a reason why you're not going to play this guy."
Mm-hmm.
So to your point, that front office are so bad, they're probably like, okay, and just move on. But what are those reasons? Like, how do you justify not playing a guy who has shown flashes, who has talent? I don't get it.
6'10", 6'11", with a little bit of guard skill, with a little bit of physical size, with a lot of touch. I just even if he isn't the guy you drafted him to be, he still got talent and can help you.
Because you got to go to the organization now, and they got to look at this and be like, okay, now we have to move him.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot going on because they say, okay, he's not being played. We got to move him. And you got to have reasons why all of this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to say, okay, what can we get and what do we need? And you're putting all that in the hands of Luke Walton, who rode the success of the Warriors into a coaching job like he was out there really doing some shit. And people really were hyping him up like he really did some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's some crazy ass shit, bro.
Another trade I think that could work. Boston fans might hate me, but I think you trade Jalen Smart or Jalen and another piece that can match contracts. And I go get Malcolm Brogdon and I ask for Sabonis.
Oh, Sabonis ain't going nowhere.
He's not going nowhere, but if Indiana's smart, they should trade him, in my opinion, because I don't think that's going anywhere with him as the centerpiece. He's a great player, but they want him to be like the guy. I don't know if that, but if you can get Karis LeVert and Malcolm Brogdon for Jaylen Brown and a piece to match the contracts, hey, that could work. You know what I mean? Because Brogdon hit open threes. You know what I mean? Play defense. It's not a shiny move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Still going to do what he do. You know what I mean? I think that's something
he fits that Boston way too.
Exactly. Hard work.
Like he fits everywhere.
Lunch pail, man. Those type of guards, they have the versatility, and they're just like, they're moldable to almost any system. If you need them to get up and down the court, they can. If you need them to play a slow half-court game, they can. If you need them to defend the best player on most nights, they can. And they have the ability to also, like Fifi was saying, to get you that 18 to 25 in one game or 3 games stretch, or whatever you need. And during the playoffs, they become indispensable because it allows for off-ball movement, and teams have to respect them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. She also said on that real quick, when we finish that question, Bulls will go to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's a little hasty there, Tracy.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Does Dame freestyle means he wants out?
What freestyle? He dropping freestyle?
I don't know if he did, but he's not been.
He did.
He's not been Dame, boy.
He wants out.
He wants out.
He wants out.
Basically, in the freestyle, he said that he's carrying the team and he don't have nothing on the squad.
He said that.
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing.
He said verbatim. Maybe my Achilles heel would be the fact I didn't go to a super team.
Wow.
That's what he said. I'm trying to be up there with Greek and Dirk. I'm trying to be up there with Freak and Dirk. Meaning, like he's such a
Staying
contradiction
there.
in,
Yep.
you know what I mean, trying to stay and be the guy who brought a title to the Dallas in 2011, or trying to be the guy who brought a title to Milwaukee. I don't know what Dame really wants, but to me it kind of reeks of like that boyfriend who wants the girl to break up with him, but he ain't gonna do it because he's not trying to
Yep.
be like the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, so he gonna keep putting out there like, what would you do if we had to take a break? You know what I mean? Like type of shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those situations where I think by the trade deadline, we're probably going to hear a lot. That Portland is talking to Damian Lillard and having intense conversations about where he would like to be in the future. And I think he does by the offseason end up getting traded personally.
He wants out.
Yeah, because
He only came back because of all the news in the offseason that was surrounding it. And I feel like he felt like it was making him look bad.
Mm-hmm.
So he came back, but he wants out.
Now, here's the thing, though. This is what's interesting about what's happening in Portland. CJ McCollum is having a career year. He's averaging close to 26 points a game, career high. I want to say at the time I saw the stats, he was shooting close to 50% from three, career high. He's shooting 58% from the field, career high in assists, career high in blocks. Literally every statistical career high in assists. I think he's right at 5 assists a game. Literally career high across the board. I'm saying all that to say that the analogy that Q said was perfect. This is the boyfriend that wants to break up but isn't gonna make the move. And I don't know what Portland can do beyond what they have with Dame on the roster. Now, this is also my theory. Little men, little point guards, little guards in the league cannot win it as the primary guy because the league requires a level of physicality that doesn't matter how great you are, that you cannot overcome. Now, that's the reason why Dirk can stay in Dallas. And you put all these old ass dudes around him, and he could elevate. It's why Giannis has a level of physicality in the game that is just unmatched. Dame can't do that. They can hit the 40, 50 footer, but when it comes to feeling somebody's body, getting a key block, getting bodying out, you're not getting that ball, this is my ball. He don't have that. No little guy has that. So Dame, by way of stature, needs to play with a Greek freak, needs to go play with a Joel Embiid, needs to go play because he can't do it. How long has CP been in the league? As one of the best point guards to ever play the game, right? And think about the best teams that he's had. Where were the second and third best players? They were typically big guys, right? He had McGlure and David West in New Orleans when he first got drafted. He made David West into an all-star. That was because of CP3. That wasn't David West. That was CP3. Now, I'm not calling David West a bum, but you put any regular point guard there, he not getting all-star. What the hell are you talking about? You look at when he goes to the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin. Those guys, and Blake Griffin was really nice, but he wouldn't have been doing that with any other point guard. That was because of CP. Little guys need big guys to physically affect the game. I can control all this stuff out here, but I need you to go get that block. Yeah. I need you to go put that dude on his ass.
Get that board.
I need those things to happen. You know what I'm saying? You look at Phoenix now. Yeah, the best player on that team is D-Book, now. But who's the second or third best? DeAndre Ayton. They needed DeAndre Ayton. If that was just CP and D-Book, them boys wouldn't have made no finals. They needed DeAndre Ayton. So all that said to say, I definitely think Portland gets they're gonna have to trade him. They just gonna have to, because you can't win with him. And I think Portland has done a lot, but it ain't enough.
We have any more super chats? I thought she had more than one.
Yes, a bunch of them. She she has a bunch of them. She give us a lot of love.
Oh, we need to take real quick.
Swagger series, KD story versus Cap series. I ain't seen either one yet, but KD the Kevin Garnett's story is, I don't know if that's what you were trying to say, but that's the one that I want to see more than anything. Drink more. We said drink more waters. She said, Tracy G in another super chat said, will Phoenix make it to the playoffs this year? They done turned the ball over like 35 damn times. They losing right now to the Pelicans at half.
And the
What was
Pelicans are
score?
horrible. They got to get
Yeah.
Zion back.
Yeah, they
By the way, I don't think
59-48.
Zion's hurt. I don't think Zion's hurt. I'm gonna be real with you. This is my tinfoil hat on. I think Zion is forcing his way out. I think all this eating stuff, as much as it is definitely ESPN just putting shit out there, I think he's eating because he's like, fuck this team. Fuck David Griffin and what they doing here. This roster construction is boo-boo, and I have no reason to stay here. I think he's trying to force his way to get to, I think, the end of his rookie deal. I think he's going to sign a deal with either New York or somebody else. I don't see this ending well for the Pelicans.
That's crazy. But they're winning tonight. Vassilunas is playing nice. Hart got 10. Oh, they must be playing without. I'm not watching that game, of course, but they must be playing without Brandon Ingram because I don't see him in the box score. Booker got 9. Booker's averaging 22, but they're 2-3 right now, and they're struggling. I think this is closer to the Phoenix team than what we saw last year, to be honest with you. I don't have much faith in this team.
Nah, I think they'll make the playoffs. If you look at the landscape, I was telling FIFO this last night, I believe, that there were a lot of teams that ended up bad that started out hot. Cleveland started out really, really good last year and faded the rest of the season. You see the Bucks started off slow, and I know they got injuries. So I think a lot of the good teams will definitely are starting off slow and will pick it up as the season goes on. So I think they'll be fine.
Let me see what else we got. She said it's football again, but she said, should Matt Nagy stay in COVID protocol for the rest of the season?
Who?
Matt Nagy.
Oh,
because he was out this week. 100% he should. He should stay for good now. And
he'll probably be gone after this year.
For sure. That's 100% for sure, I believe. I think he's done. Let me see what else we got. Jeremiah Cleveland said, how about that Steelers defense? TJ Cam, Minka, Bush, and Hayden, Najee, third game in a row with 100 scrimmage yards, offense, and still 8 weeks in. Yeah, he's playing great, man. I like Najee. That pickup was perfect for Pittsburgh. He's a Steeler, and he's out. He was made to be a Steeler.
Hopefully they don't run him into the ground like Derrick Henry. Goddamn. I mean,
yeah, because they are using him a lot. They got to get Ben up out of there with that arm before, like you said, before they run him in the ground. Mr. Ant-Man was one that said Zion might really be about to be another Eric Curry. Joshua Jericho said, which team is in a deeper hole, Boston or the Clippers?
Oh, and that's another team that started off slow. Nobody talking about them. They just got their second win. You said the Clippers?
Yeah.
Kawhi ain't back yet. So.
What'd you say, Q?
Kawhi not back yet. So does anybody really expect the Jackson 5 to sound good without Michael? You know?
Yeah, I think people did actually because of the playoff run.
That was the playoff situational. This is the marathon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the sprint. It's easy to sprint. You know what I mean? When you only got 12 games or 15 games, 16 games, sorry, to win, and then it's like the season. That's a whole 82. You know what I mean? It's a whole 70-some games. So it's like, come on.
So I guess now we're gonna have to look at Lou. I know PG is playing well, but you know, is Reggie Jackson doing anything?
He's been up and down.
Up and down. So typical Reggie Jackson. So like if the Clippers, you know, pull back, I know they don't have Kawhi, and that's understandable. But if they pull back, like we're giving Lou a lot of praise, you know, for what he was doing when he got there. And how he was able to do stuff without Doc Rivers, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm gonna give it some more time, but you know, we'll see. Was that it?
Tracy G said, "Looks like looked like the Kardashian got Devin." 100%.
They got him last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they've been together for a minute now.
Well, they really got him this year.
Yeah.
This year they got him.
He's I thought he was playing well.
He averaging like 22 points a game, and the game that I've seen
That's
maybe
about on par for him.
one or two Phoenix games, and
That's about on
just
par
didn't
for
look
him.
good in those games I saw. Brendan Irvin, what's up, Brendan? Brendan said, "Can we talk about the Miami Heat right now, please and thank you."
Yes. Miami looks like arguably the deepest team in the NBA, and they have Oladipo, set to come back at some point this season.
It's Tyler Hero, man.
Tyler Hero balling
Hero
like a
to the
ball.
rescue.
Tyler Hero just had a baby, so he trying to get that money.
But I think fatherhood, changes folk, because you saw what happened to Fred VanVleet, and he never regressed after that playoffs where he had his kid. But now Tyler Hero is backing up the comments saying that when you mention Luka and Trey, you better mention my name. He's backing that up. Physically, he has added some girth to him, some muscle. So the rigors of the NBA season shouldn't, hold him back. He just looks sharp. He looks like he's focused. He looks like he wants all of the shit talkers, and he's going to try to prove them all wrong. And that's what that makeup of that team is. And I think it was either this or somewhere I saw where people were saying, is Kyle Lowry that big of an upgrade over Goran Dragic? Yes. And that's not to say that Kyle Lowry is a superstar, all-star, or anything like that at this moment in time. But for this team, he fits that makeup. Kyle Lowry's always been a tough little guard. You know what I'm saying? That can yap, but now has championship experience.
Yeah.
Is a champion. You know what I'm saying? He fits the mold of that Miami Heat team where he can go off and be the superstar for a night and be a role player for the next 10. And that's kind of sort of what Miami has going on now. Low key, Jimmy Butler's putting up an MVP type season. The man's averaging 27 points.
Superstar Jimmy Butler.
This is the year it looks like he's ascended and is staying there. He's not the borderline guy.
Right.
He doesn't feel like the borderline guy this year.
I ain't shitting no guys no more, so I'm
but not
chill.
Jimmy is balling. That team looks scary, especially if you get Oladipo back at 70 to 80. I don't even know, how do you fit this man into the lineup?
I don't
know
see how he plays.
But that's a good problem to have, though. I'd rather have that problem than the Boston Celtics problem.
Yeah, this looks crazy. They had tonight, Jimmy Butler had 23, Bam had 22, Kyle Lowry had 22, Tyler Hero had 25.
Bro, how you beat that?
Spo is showing what he can do when you give him a roster full of guys that can put the ball on the floor and can shoot. You know what I mean?
No, wait.
Even
I'm gonna pause all that. Jimmy Butler showing when you put a team around me that got my mentality.
That's what I was gonna say. You bringing in a PJ Tucker, you bringing in a Morris twin. You got some head knockers on that squad too. So you really are covering a lot of the bases. I talked about Miami earlier. I remember saying that, and they called me crazy. But yeah.
And quiet as kept. The three best teams in the East right now in terms of what I'm seeing look like Miami, Chicago, and the Wizards.
I don't believe in the Wizards like that.
I don't believe in them, but right now, I'm saying I think those are like the best teams, man. They have a lot of guys that can just put the ball on the floor, a lot of guys that can shoot, and they have a lot of good screen and roll game too. I don't know what's happening with Chicago, but they done found some defensive stoppers with Caruso and Lonzo. Miami done found a great offensive weapon, and Harrell coming back into his own. Just seeing what DC's been able to do with Kuz and Trez, like it's great to see for the league, man.
Yeah. Now there was a name that you mentioned, Shelton, that I want to talk about just a little bit because I saw an interview on JJ Redick's podcast, and I was like, man, a lot of people, the gems he's dropping, a lot of people won't really understand unless you're a real basketball player. But PJ Tucker, he was talking about how in one of the games last year when he played for Milwaukee, he was guarding KD. You see, he played 34 minutes and only shot the ball one time. And he was like, how hard is that to do, right? That your sole job is to get 50 scored on you. You know what I'm saying? Think about that.
Yeah.
KD went out here with bananas, and he said that his job, he's like, he's gonna make shots, but can you do it again? Can you make another one? I'm gonna talk shit.
I'm gonna wear you out.
I'm gonna wear you out. I'm gonna go at you. Can you do it again? And what he has to tell his teammates is, look, he may score 50. He fucking Kevin Durant.
Right.
But he gonna work. You. This is gonna be the toughest 50 you done scored in your life.
Yeah. And the thing about that is it could take some of those other guys, the other 4 guys off the court, out of the picture. And that's what you want. You can give up 50 and still lose. You can score 50 and still lose.
Yep.
So you're gonna work for everything you get, and it's gonna be so hard that you feel like I got to get this one. I got to go at him for this one.
Yep.
And it takes you out of your natural rhythm of the game and getting the ball moving and stuff like that. And before you knew it, you tired. Game 5, it's over.
1,000,000%. And the other aspect of that is they didn't double team KD. It was PJ Tucker 1-on-1. So what does that allow all of your other defenders to do? If KD is gonna pass this ball, play the fucking passing lane. Don't double team. I got him. He's not gonna back me down. Right. He might, put his back to me and then fade away because he's 7-something. But he's not gonna back me. I don't need no help. You know what I'm saying? So listening to that interview was just so interesting because we glorify the score. We glorify the highlight play. We glorify all of that stuff. But championships are made with guys like that. You need those. That's why I call certain guys championship role players. That is a championship role. He has championship medal. Man, that was a great interview.
Introns wanted me to ask if you remember when you said Kyle Lowry was going to be out the league.
I did. I said a lot of people gonna be out the league, man. I'm in this motherfucker to try to entertain y'all, man. But now sometimes certain players, man, I get so worked up about them. And then here's the thing too, basketball is a lot about fit, right?
You got to get to the right spot.
Because the whole Carmelo thing, there was 2 things that needed to happen with Carmelo: change of mentality. Bro, you're not a 30-point scorer in the league, no. I know you top 10 all time, bro, but you're not that version of yourself no more.
Right.
That was number 1. And then number 2, fit. He had to go to a place that fit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he found that in Portland. And I've been clamoring for years he needed to have been gone to Portland. Right? So he went to Portland. He reestablished himself because OKC was that was very questionable. But he reestablished himself in Portland. And now with the Lakers, bro, him and LeBron. Do you know?
Hold
on. You know, I got stats. In the first 6 or 7 games, he hit 19 threes. That's the most by any Laker in history.
Wow. All I was going to say is that I'm glad they got a chance to play together on the team. And
100.
It's unfortunate that it's kind of like on the tail end of their career, but it's still fun, and I'm sure they enjoy it and finally get a chance to be in the locker room together and kick it.
But it's crazy, honestly, to see LeBron, because obviously LeBron played with D-Wade, now he's playing with Carmelo, is that how his contemporaries are just not physically at his level. And Carmelo's playing some of the best. Carmelo's scoring average right now is the highest since he was traded to the Knicks.
Really?
Yes, he's averaging 16 points something off the bench. But where LeBron is physically, it's just like, yo, how Sway you? Look, me and LeBron was both born in '84. I'm 37. He's gonna turn 37. How are you still physically doing that? Like you're still keeping up with 20-some-year-olds, bro. I don't.
Not did you see that outlet pass, DeAndre Jordan, and bruh, just like, bruh, like. Bro, it's just absolutely ridiculous. This dude is cocking the ball up underneath the basket. Like, dude, it's Iron Man shit. Like, you know what I mean? You just gotta just marvel at the physical maintenance of what he's been able to do for 19 seasons now, bro. It's just ridiculous. We've almost it's almost been a quarter century of this man doing this.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And you take what you get with LeBron is you take superior, God's gift. Like you're gifted by God, superior, plus the work ethic, plus the money behind it, putting it into your body, and this is what you get. So when you put all those things together, the man spent $2 million a year on his body. You know what I'm saying? So
It's just the discipline, Shelton. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most guys around year 12, 13, you getting the man, I'm gonna let it go this summer, man. I'm gonna eat a little bit more than I want. LeBron is eating exactly what he's supposed to do. He's getting up every day when he knows when he has to do 2 a days. He knows when he can only train one day. Most guys be like, man, I'm about to just start smoking cigars and just drinking wine.
Yeah.
And LeBron does that, but LeBron knows how much he can. He has a nutritionist tells him you can only smoke one cigar, you can only have 2 glasses per week, blah 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 blah. And he knows that if I go over these type of things, it's gonna mess up my performance on the court. And it's just something to marvel at, bro. Like there are going to be books written about how he was able to maintain this. And the kids are not going to believe it when they're coming up. The kids who are born in 2023, they're going to be like, who is this dude? Like, he was able to do what for how long? It's just, it's one of the wonders of the world, honestly, to see this, man.
And we're never going to see it again. Well, let me not say never.
Can't say that. Yeah.
Let me not say never, because
We thought we'd never see Jordan again.
100%. 100%. And Ken, when I tell you there's some more talent coming up, that, when we get closer to the middle of the season, I'll start naming out these youngins. But yeah, the way that I don't want to say we're never going to see LeBron again, because we may see a player that is very similar, but I can damn near guarantee we're not going to see somebody with the longevity that LeBron has had. We could count how many injuries he's had on one hand in 20 years.
You said Jalen Green gonna be that guy in what, 3 years?
I didn't say he's gonna be LeBron. I didn't say he's gonna be LeBron. I just say he's gonna be he's gonna be one of the best players in the league, but he's not the longevity. I could confidently say, well, not very confidently, but confidently say I don't think we'll see that again. The longevity that LeBron has had.
Have the Braves won the title? Yeah.
We're in the
I know they were up
bottom of the
7-0.
ninth. The Braves are up 7-0.
Oh wow,
It's over.
It's over. Manny, if you watching, and Kyle, 12 Kyle, if you watching, I told you so.
No. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it.
How you do it, Kim?
They owe you an apology.
They do, don't they?
Yeah, they owe you an apology.
And they were so definite in their criticisms.
Yep. I didn't watch baseball, so I believed them. I didn't know. I was like, okay, well, I thought you were being a homer. But I, because I don't really watch the Braves like that. I didn't watch any baseball like that, so I wasn't.
And they said no chance.
They said no chance. Yeah, they jumped all over Shelton. Jumped all over Shelton.
I told them those guys. The
Even
Astros,
when they won one game.
Yeah, even with the one game. And this last game, when they lost this last game, they said that was the Braves' one chance. It's over. They said this 2 nights ago. I said, man, y'all crazy. I said it was a bullpen game. Unlike baseball in the past where you got your starting 5 pitchers and you put your starter out there. Now you got, how basketball has evolved to a positionless game. It's kind of like that with pitching in baseball now. So you got bullpen games where you got guys that come out. I'm gonna pitch 3 innings. You're gonna pitch 3, and you got 3, and that's how we're gonna make it through this game. That was what the last game was for the Braves. They started a guy that was at Gwinnett this year. They started him that last game, and he had a rough game. But now they're starting. They started Max Fried tonight, and it's looking great.
Yeah. So I guess congrats to the Braves.
Hey, maybe between the soccer team, the United, and now the Braves, we done lifted this damn Georgia curse. Maybe
we gotta see. We still got the Bulldogs, and we know they gonna blow something.
Yeah, they right there.
Yeah,
that's the next team to win the championship, and then after that is the Hawks.
Yeah, 1 out.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's a wrap. It's 7.
You're not coming back for no 7-0 bottom of the ninth.
Nah.
But shout out to the Astros for getting here though, and Dusty Baker.
He's still managing.
That's the only thing I hate about them losing the World Series.
That's the bittersweet part, because you wanted to see him get that title.
That's the second time he's lost. I think the second time he's lost one, because he lost the one when he had Barry Bonds.
Yes.
Or did he get? They played in the World Series, right?
I think they did, but they didn't.
Didn't he make it with the Cubs?
I can't remember. Well, we got some baseball heads in there. I feel like because I can't remember, but I feel like there was a situation that cost them that series. They were like up something. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a lot of years, but Yeah, that's the only thing because I really wanted Dusty to get it, but I think that that them getting there shows how good of a manager Dusty is, and because you remember when all that cheating scandal came down, they got rid of them, everybody and did all the little thing or whatever. And then they brought Dusty in, a black manager, to clean this mess up or lose games and take the fall for it because they're not cheating anymore. So, but he not only did he come in, but he took them to the World Series again without all of the extra stuff. So, um, yeah, salute to that brother, man, and hopefully next year to be the year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit. Nah.
Well,
Hopefully
no.
next year the Braves
The
win
Braves will
again.
be right back. Yeah.
Because I know, I don't watch baseball like that, but I know that there's a young roster. They built it the right way. They drafted a lot of these guys.
They have players I like on that. I think Ronald Acuna Jr. Is he still? Did he get
he
hurt
was
this
out
year?
this year.
Yeah,
So
he got hurt this year.
That's the crazy thing is he was a star. So when he went down, I actually went to the game before. He went down. That was supposed to be the end of the Braves season. The Braves have the best GM. I can't think of how to say his name, but they're the best GM in sports because he brought those guys in late. He brought in about 4 players, and those 4 players are starring in this series. They like these guys. They caught fire at the right time.
That's all it takes in baseball.
Yeah,
bro.
and they're young and they just hungry. And you add Acuna back in the mix next year,
They ain't gonna do shit.
don't say that, kid. Don't say it. But
I definitely think Atlanta has the best GMs in professional sports right now. But I can't say that much for the Falcons, but hopefully we.
yeah, but like I said, these moves he made, man, it's ridiculous because he brought Solar in, a young power hitter. He brought
George
in
A. Solar
um, I
from the
forgot.
Cubs. I think he was. I don't know if he was still on the Cubs, but I remember. Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah, he brought in. Let me tell you, he brought in about 4 guys.
One more out.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
26 years since they won another one.
Yeah.
Since they won the last one.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time.
One of my homegirls, her birthday was like the night of, and she said she's been the curse every year, so she was scared this year, but she broke the curse. It's over.
That's what's up.
But yeah,
When I mentioned the Hawks, there's one more basketball thing that I wanted to mention. Have y'all been watching the Hawks?
I haven't.
not like
No. I've been watching the Bucks. I've been
Okay.
catching up on the Bucks and some
Cam
Charlotte
Reddish
games.
and DeAndre Hunter. Remember, I was saying that them 2 plus Huter got to take that step. 2 out of the 3 I'm seeing. Hunter is displaying one-on-one game. There was a couple of possessions the last game that they played. I can't remember who the hell they played against. Washington, yep. Where he went between the legs one-on-one. Other guys are like, "Oh, pass me the ball," and he's like, "Nah, I got this." Yep, thank you. And then Cam, man, Cam is playing with confidence. Whatever Coach Nate McMillan is telling him is gonna get that man the most improved player of the year this year. Cam Reddish is here. And I definitely think, if not this year, at some point in time next year, he'll be the starting. He'll be starting in the starting line. I don't know where. I don't know. You move Bogey to the Cam Reddish is going to be undeniable. I like where Cam Reddish's head is at, where his game is right now. Atlanta's scary. I know that they're not dominant like that. They just won.
Yeah, they just won.
That's what's up. Shout out to the Braves.
Shout out to the Braves.
Damn, I wonder what the city gonna be like. Shit.
And them white folks gonna be out going
They
crazy.
They out now.
Yes, they are.
That's nuts, bro.
But yeah. But Atlanta sports is on the up and up, Ken.
Yeah.
excited.
I've been meaning to watch because I set my YouTube TV account to record all the NBA games. So I have them all. Well, the ones that come on TV. So I just got to go back and watch it. And I was trying to watch something on NBA TV, but that thing be at the funky, man. Like when you try to go back and watch some of these older games that started at the beginning of the season, I don't know why it be acting like that. So, but yep.
One more thing I wanted to bring up, and I forgot to bring it up earlier, but Calvin Ridley stepped down. Well, he stepped away from football, citing mental health, and he said that I can't remember exactly what he was saying about it. it's some y'all forgive me because I don't have it in front of me right now. But he took a much needed break.
Mm-hmm.
He missed the game. The London trip, he did not go on. He came back and played this past week against who the Falcons played before Carolina, but he stepped away right before the Carolina game anyway. But he's out with mental health to protect his mental health and to work on some things. Also, I don't know if y'all saw today, but Ben Simmons is refusing the 76ers help with his mental situation and getting back on the court as well.
There's nothing mentally wrong with Ben. I know you shouldn't say this because you really don't know what people are going through, but I believe that this mental health thing is all a ploy in a game that they're trying to play with the Sixers, because mental health is a serious topic, and is getting the necessary attention that it deserves, that it rightfully deserves. But you're gonna have people taking it and misusing it and abusing it to suit their needs, because they know that it's gonna be hard for people to really say anything negative
Yeah, you
and
can't
some
say
of
nothing about it.
that
Yeah.
backlash. I do not believe Ben Simmons. I think is a game. I
Mhm.
think he's just trying to use this to get out. I believe Calvin Ridley,
Yeah.
because who just ups and do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with that brother, but I do have I did find it in the group me. He said these past few weeks have been very challenging, and as much as I like to be on the field competing with my teammates, I need to step away from football at this time and focus on my mental well-being. This will help me be the best version of myself now and in the future. I want to thank my teammates, the entire Falcons organization, our great fans, blah 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 blah. That's a big thing to do, to step away from football, this manly sport, because of mental health. And the thing that was being said was that um, that statement is all people knew at the time in the Falcons organization. We knew as much as they knew, which is kind of crazy. And we know some people who know some people on the inside, and that's what we heard. Um, so yeah, I'm sure. I don't know, but it's possible more information is out that's being kept private. But for him to step away from football like that, bro, that takes a lot of freaking courage. Not gonna lie.
It does. It does. And I hope everything is okay. I hope, that he gets through this. It's I guess it's tough now, and it's funny because I'm thinking like, was mental health a thing all this time, or is it something that's new that's just
It's always been a thing. I just don't think people talked about it. People, because we would call people soft. Oh, you don't want it. What you mean you walking away? Da, da, da,
yeah,
da.
right.
So I just think that the way it was handled was different, but it was always a thing. And I think that people put a lot of their own personal well-being aside for the greater good of shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I think that a lot of people, they dealt with a lot of their mental issues probably after their professional careers or in retirement and stuff like that. But in the midst of it, can you imagine like the media back then? Because think about it, like now we have social media, right? Like everything's instant.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if a player back, let's just say like in the 90s, went to his team, said, I'm not feeling it, I got things going on in my personal life, like I just can't focus. Do you know how the media would write that and basically excoriate that player? Like that player probably wouldn't get re-signed anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Where now, because of social media, more people can empathize with these star athletes and not just athletes, just everybody in general. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's the biggest difference now versus then is the empathy of the society. Societal empathy is what makes it okay now. Versus back then, we weren't dealing with that like that.
Yeah, and Dennis Rodman did do it sort of, but but
his was a little different.
yeah, yeah, he was because Rodman was kind of looked as an outsider and weird and quirky. So nobody, I mean, you paid attention to him, but it was like it's Dennis Rodman. That was the general gist of it, the feel of it. But But yeah, I hope he gets better, man, and come back all ready to go. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us this week. Uh, again, I don't think got a chance to comment on this, but I hate what happened to Jameis Winston. He was playing really well. Um, only 3 interceptions on the season. I know they kind of babysitted him a little bit, and that probably has something to do with it. At least last time I checked, that's what he had. But I think he was well on his way, man, to kind of rehabilitating his image and his ability to play quarterback. And you know, the guy that did it, Devin White, I think, said Jameis had been in contact with him after he left the team, congratulated him. Like he was like, Jameis really is a good dude, you know, in spite of what people say. So it's unfortunate, man, but hopefully he'll come back, bro.
I looked at Drew Brees' reaction. I want to know what kind of relationship they had, because it really didn't seem like he was too empathetic. You know, they were making jokes, you know, talking about, is your phone ringing? He like, I don't know if they called me yet or not. You know, like, I was kind of like, that's kind of distasteful, man. It just really didn't.
A lot of things Drew Brees did in the last 2 to 3 years of his career were very distasteful.
I think that's just Brees, man. Maybe not. He don't have that type of personality.
And did we get the official prognosis on Jameis?
ACL, right?
Yeah, and MCL damage too. So yeah,
that's what that's at least I know a year plus.
Yeah, year plus. Especially when you start throwing MCL, PCL in there too, that type of damage. So that means that he won't be ready until midway next year.
Yeah, well, he doesn't rely on his athleticism, so he should be good. I know we have one more super chat before we get out of here.
Yeah, TJ Clark said, if Ben really had these prevalent mental health issues, this would have been a narrative from the beginning. Rich Paul not slick. And if he got him, he calls him on himself with that horrible shooting. So,
yep.
But yeah, I agree.
I agree 100%.
Once again, shout out to the Braves, man.
You don't know what?
World champs.
Ben was having mental problems on that basketball court before, you know. Think about it. He was on that basketball court, Ken, he wasn't the same player.
Okay, here's okay, go ahead, Shelton.
I was going you may be gonna say the same thing, but I agree with you, FIFO. I agree with you 100%. I think he got something going on mentally. I really do. But to say that,
no, and I agree. He's using it. But there was some, Ken, he was not the same guy on that court.
No.
Okay, here's what I'll say. I know it has to be tough to pull the stunt you did, to do everything you did, only to have to come back and then face those guys. That has to be mentally tough. I will say that, and I will give him that. Because
but Ken, especially against the Atlanta Hawks, that man, there was a switch where he didn't want the ball.
No, I get that. Yeah.
And that's a mental health issue.
Right. That's a mental health issue.
And then the second part of the Ben Simmons saga is what you're talking about.
Well, no, there's a second part that I think you left out, or I thought you were going to say, is that then there's the criticisms. So you're already probably fucked up in your head on the court. Doc Rivers and B.
The attitude they piled on.
All the media criticizing you and jumping on you, so you getting beat up. Yeah. You take out your anger and your frustration on the team. Be like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And then that didn't work, so now you got to come back. And Embiid already talking about, I don't give a damn about this guy. Yeah, worried about it. So now Embiid talking shit, you know. So you're like, people are talking negatively about you.
Yeah, his reputation is trash.
And here's a guy city that he's playing for,
and you want to be adored and loved by everybody, and everybody kind of talking shit about you. So yes, there probably is a little something to it. I will. Talking it out, I'll give you that, because that has to be tough to do all of that, go through all of that, and then come back and be like, man, like now I gotta go to play, get on the court with those guys.
Yeah. The reason why,
but real men without that problem, just play.
The reason why us in the media have an overall issue, and we're saying that he's using it as a cop out to a degree, is because the reason why people have issues with you are correctable. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I understand that you could have been in your head in this, that, and the third, and then you didn't want Doc and B to dump on you. but on the court, it is fixable. You gotta
Yeah.
fix it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give him the mental health pass because the player I saw had something going on between the ears.
Yeah. I'll shoot him some bell. I'll go a little bit there with you, talking through. So there's a case to be made.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, man. We'll catch you guys Thursday. Come back 9:30. We're doing the game. If you're new to the channel, just coming across and you're still here, youtube.com/Dead End Sports. Sign up, become a member. It really helps support everything that we're doing. And that's it. We'll catch you guys then. We out. Peace.
Peace. I did too.